Hello, everyone. Hey, it's Kirk from The Next Level Now. We've been talking these past couple of videos about preparing ourselves for planning on what we're going to do, how we're going to change, and how we're going to make things better for us, how we can learn how to step into being the best version of ourselves in 2026, how to get those goals that we're focused on, that we're thinking about. And we've talked about not talking about what we have to do as much as the changes in ourselves that we're going to have to make. And most of those usually are just very subtle, but those changes and how we have to have a focus on what those endpoints are that we need and how we can get to that end by making those changes. And we talked about being joyful and how being the source of joy ends up in the long run bringing joy to you. And by doing that, by taking those thoughts and making them into actions and into habits and into a lifestyle and finally a destiny, that's what our focus is on. That's what we're trying to accomplish. But a lot of this occurs because of communication as well. And that may be communication with other people, with family members, with support, with mentors, but sometimes it's internal communication as well. And it's hard to believe, okay, but the spoken word is such a small portion of communication. So much more is based on body language, facial expression, gestures, but listening. Truly, truly listening. So why don't we at the start of this year try to develop a brand new habit? Let's all try to start to listen with a purpose. Instead of being that person who goes into a conversation just brimming over with so many exciting things to tell, take a moment and listen to what that other person is brimming over with. There's a method to my madness on this. First of all, you're going to be bringing joy by doing that. You're going to be learning something. You're going in with a purpose of listening to what it is that they're saying, which keeps you calm, keeps you sedate, keeps you joyful, but it also, you're not going to forget what it is that you want to tell them. So don't rush right into it and tell them. Let it sit there for a little bit. Let them get talked out what they want first. We have to give in order to receive. And it does work that way every time. And if you find that you are doing those types of things, listening with that purpose, asking the right questions, oh, well, that was wonderful. So what did you do next? Well, that sounds great. And then what happened? Oh, and then what did she say? By doing just those little questions, you have shown that you are interested. You have shown that you are willing to become vulnerable to them. You're accepting them for who they are. So now it's going to eventually roll around to your turn. And when it does, you give in order to get. And you start to talk about what it is that is interesting to you that you want to bring to the conversation. This is an interesting little thing how this works. I stopped recently, and I've got a new job coming up. I had stopped at my old high school. They had torn it down, and they put up a community college there on that site. And I decided to stop in one day and take a look because it been 50 years since I'd gone to school there. So I thought maybe I'd go in and see this new place, see what it looked like. And as I was standing there talking to someone who I'd never met before, I had no idea who this person was. And I'm standing there and I'm talking to her. And again, I had just stopped in on a whim, But I was just busy asking questions about the building, and she would tell me a little bit of information, and I'd ask a little more, and she'd tell me, and I'd ask a little more. And the more I asked, the more excited she got, the more she started to show me, the more she started to tell me about what was going on in this school. And she was introducing me to students as they walked by, and she's introducing me to faculty as they walked by. So I said, really, truly, one of the biggest reasons that I wanted to stop in here was to pick up a piece of paper that I could fill out and give you some information, because I'm a retired chiropractor. I might like to help out in here by teaching an anatomy course if you ever needed a teacher. Well, she didn't need one at that moment, but you wouldn't believe it. She remembered our conversation, and in about 3 weeks later, she told me, get your name in because I think we're going to need an anatomy teacher. Because I came and I brought the joy, because I showed an interest, I didn't come in, hey, I need a paper, I want to fill out, I want to be a teacher. I showed an interest. I went in to listen with a purpose. And because I did that, I was rewarded with a job opportunity. And it works that way every time, friends. Every time. And this is what we're trying to show you with the Next Level Now. How to make use of these tools in communication. How to become more confident. How to be a better speaker. How to be more motivational. How to be more inspirational. How to communicate on your feet, thinking without thinking. So that's what this is all about. So I'm hoping that you're doing well. I'm hoping that you're picking up on what it is you're wanting to do and the changes that you're going to make and who you are for 2026, so it's a blazing success. I hope you're bringing joy to everybody you meet in every way you can every day. And I'm hoping that you take today's message of listening with a purpose. This is hard. It's not easy. You're going to have to train yourself, but try it. You'll like it. All right. Hey, as always, please go to the Next Level Now YouTube. Check out our videos. You're going to enjoy those. Please go to Tamika Thomas's Facebook page. Check out her material. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. She's a lot of fun. She's got great info. And keep your eyes out for other things on the horizon as we bring them to you. As always, any questions, comments in the space below, and I'll do my best to answer them as quickly as I can. I will talk to you again soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.